Hi guys, welcome to this bonus reading. It is for the new moon, which is in Pisces right now. So I even have a collective message for everybody. But what inspired me to do this is that I've been really thinking about bringing a lot of new energy into my life lately and all of that kind of stuff. And I was just thinking today, and I was like, why not do a moon reading just for the new moon, just to celebrate it. And I just thought that it just kept sticking with me. So I've got 6 piles, and so we've got a Moonology oracle card, as well as 3 tarot cards underneath it. They're mini tarot cards, that's why you can't see them. So I just wanted to say it's going to be short and sweet. It's not going to be a longer one. So if you appreciate my longer ones, you know, I've got a lot of those on the channel, but this one's just a bonus one, okay? So that's what I'm going for. So before we begin, I just want to talk about when the new moon is in Pisces. The Moonology oracle associates that with meditation and contemplation, okay? So right now is a really good time to really think about what you're the most sensitive about right now, when you are looking at the things that you need to bring more of into your life, and the things that you need to maybe say goodbye to, all right? Because the new moon energy is all about manifesting and creating healing in those areas where we can improve and we can gain more knowledge and all of that kind of stuff. It's about setting intentions, planting seeds, and all of that kind of stuff. And also, because we're setting seeds, we've got to clear away the old. We've got to make sure that we have some nurturing soil to plant them in. So we've got to get rid of the weeds and anything else that could get in the way, right? So with meditation and contemplation, when the new moon is in Pisces, we're just talking about how Pisces is a very sensitive sign to their own spirituality, and they're probably, a lot of Pisces people are more empathetic and have that empath energy and all of that kind of stuff, you know. And I do understand that this is a generalization. You're more than just your sun sign. And I don't claim to be an astrologer, although I do respect the practice. It's just not what I'm into, professionally at least. But I do want to share the message here with the new moon in Pisces so that all of you can benefit from that. So that said, let's go ahead and move on to the particular readings for each pile, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your Moonology reading, and then I'm going to elaborate with the tarot cards. And since we don't have really a subject, I'm going to let you guys pick the question. So it's also a special one like that. So go ahead and just focus on whatever area that you would like some guidance in. And regardless of what you're focusing on, these cards will answer that particular question for you, okay? So go ahead and figure out what you're going to focus on and figure out which card you would like to pick, which card pile. And I'll go ahead and name the piles. Number 1 is the blue pile. Number 2 is the green. Number 3 is the purple. Number 4 is the red. Number 5 is white. And number 6 is turquoise. All right, guys? Okay, so go ahead and pause the video if you have not picked yet, or stay tuned because we're going to start with pile number 1. All right, hi, those of you who picked pile number 1, here is your reading. Okay, so your Moonology oracle card is, what do you need to release? It's the waning moon, right? So right now you've got to be thinking about, in your particular situation, is there something that you need to release? It can be an energy in the particular situation. It can be something that's holding you back. It could be something that you might be overly indulging in. Or it might be something that it might be some kind of aspect of the situation that you need to give up in order for the rest of the situation to improve, okay? Your clarifying cards are the Devil. We've got the 4 of Wands, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so I am getting, I think that the cool kids call it FOMO, which is fear of missing out, I think. Anyway, I'm not necessarily cool or kid, so I'm going to go ahead and explain. You know, with the Four of Wands, we have this feeling like there's something that was missing. There was something that should have happened that didn't happen. And then we also have the Five of Pentacles, which is also kind of like, you know, in this particular image, it's like being left out in the cold, not being included, right? So that's why I'm talking about the fear of missing out, because both of these kind of have this one has a kind of a nostalgia feeling to it, while this one has almost like a it has a sad and almost a hurtful, negative energy to it. And then we have the Devil, so it's like, ooh, you know, these cards aren't really the most positive ones. But remember, we're talking about what needs to be released. With the Devil, we have things that you feel trapped by, but you actually aren't, because it's an illusion. These people, they have chains over their necks, right? Well, look at how loose those chains are on their necks. They can just lift them off whenever they want, but they feel like they're bound. So what is it in this situation do you feel bound by that you could maybe let go of, that would help improve the overall energy of the situation? What have you been thinking about that you've been kind of worried that maybe you missed this kind of opportunity? And maybe that's something that you could let go of. Maybe that's something that just doesn't serve this particular situation. And also, if you were left out in the cold, or if you were treated in a way that was not inclusive, I feel like you've got to let go of the energy of feeling scorned or feeling like you were treated wrong, so that you can get in that energy of, I deserve to be treated better. And just putting that, your frame of mind there, is what brings that new energy, right? Because every single time you release something, you make way for the new. And that new energy can come in and really improve your life and make things better, all right? So the situation can be improved by figuring out what you need to release about it. All right, guys? I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you very soon for your next reading. Okay, hi, those of you who picked the green pile, here is your reading. We have New Moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. All right. Right, we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Ace of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles. So what is it that you can give that in this particular situation that you're thinking about, that might require a little bit more passion, a little bit more thought or communication in a situation, or even some kind of material aspect? I feel like for this, it's energy for you guys. Typically the Pentacles talk about money, material gains, that kind of stuff, right? But we've got the Page of Pentacles, and it's associated to giving something more than you take, right? And it's interesting because there might be a situation where it's like you might not want to put a bunch of energy into something, but you know that you really, you'll get better results if you do. This might be one of those situations. The Ace of Swords does talk about new beginnings too. So it might be a time where you've got to really work on making sure your ideas are clear, your communication is clear, and you can give that to a person. Clear communication, clear ideas, clear focus when you're communicating with them, so that then they can return that energy towards you. Because the secret about this new moon energy is that you're planting seeds, like I said at the very beginning. And when you're planting these seeds, it's all going to come back to you so much more than what you give to begin with. So whatever you're giving now, hopefully you can kind of think about it as, what I'm giving now is going to be my insurance against the future, in that I'm going to be able to have really positive energy coming back to me. So whatever you do give, make sure you give it with love, give it with your heart, give it with that, with urgency, with this Eight of Wands. We're talking about quick action, okay? And with clarity, and you will improve your situation a great deal, all right? Okay, so thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I will see you at the next reading. All right, those of you who picked the purple pile, here is your reading. We have the Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. Oh, wow, I love that picture too. I'll hold it up here so you can see it. Yeah, a time for healing. Okay, we have the Star, we have the Moon, wow, and we have the Six of Swords. Look at this, look at all of this healing. Wow, this is an important reading for you guys, so I'm really glad that I was able to kind of go on that instinct to do this, because we've got a lot of hope here. We've got things that have been hidden, okay, and we have this imagery of someone walking away from negative thinking, walking away from that past that's got a lot of negativity associated with it. So you're perfectly aligned with this kind of new moon energy that we're in right now anyway. You know that you need to release something that's no longer serving you, so that you can have all of that space to plant these intentions for, you know, we've got this kind of feeling of intuition and strong feelings, but also with the discernment of knowing when to come forward and when to hold back. Sometimes it's appropriate to hold back. Sometimes it's better to come forward. Right now you're in the energy of it would be best to hold back right now, okay? Things are supposed to be hidden about what you're thinking and feeling about this situation, okay? And then we have the Star, which is saying, don't give up hope, okay? Don't give up hope. This situation will heal. It's just got to go through a moment right now where that energy shifts, because right now you're walking away from the negativity, okay, in this situation. That's when all the great stuff's going to happen. And it's going to feel big. You might, with the moon energy, what I personally get from that card, especially because I just touched it, sometimes I have that, what's it called? Is it psychometry? Where like you'll touch something and you get like this really vivid impression from it. Anyway, sometimes I get that with the moon here that I've just touched for you guys. It's like maybe you'll feel restless. Maybe you'll feel like it's very difficult to sleep. Maybe you will be up at 3 a.m. and you have got all of the most intuitive insights. You know, just understand that you are right now in the process of receiving what you need to replace this negative energy with, because I do feel like you are reaching a much better situation in this, and know that it will heal, okay? It's just time right now for that healing, and so allow that to happen, okay? Don't give up hope as well. Thank you so much for joining my reading, and I will see you at our next reading. All right, those of you who picked the red, here is your reading. Right, so we have the new moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. All right, that's a great message to get, right? All right, so we have the Hierophant, we have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Queen of Wands. Okay, so when I look at these cards and I say luck is in your side, I think, okay, so the Queen of Wands, she's really fiery and passionate, right? And we have the Eight of Cups, where you see this person saying, you know what, I'm going to leave my feelings right here and I'm going to walk away from it. I'm going to just take a quick, you know, walk and I'll come back. But it's just, I've got to get away from these feelings just for a little bit and get in my head, right, with the Hierophant, and do some serious learning. Okay, so I can get back to this and I can really focus on my feelings again in a way that helps me make sense of the situation. I feel like what's happening right now with you is that in this particular situation, it's almost like you know you're supposed to get something out of it, but because it hasn't happened yet, it's almost like you almost want to walk away. Like there's going to be part of you that's going to want to stick with it anyway, right? But you almost want to walk away, but you do know that you're still feeling very impassioned about it, very warm towards it, and you, in that heart area, you'd still feel. And with the Hierophant, we also have, you understand that you need to learn more. You need to, for some of you, it might even be that you need to socialize a little bit, learn more from the community. But I think that for most of you, it's going to be more of a scholarly type of learning, or maybe a self-help type of learning, that kind of stuff. Maybe even, I mean, the Hierophant's a spiritual figure, you know, it could even be a spiritual sort of learning. But with this, it's almost like, when I think about this, it's like, we've got you up on the top of the Wheel of Fortune right now, so things are just going to be kind of falling into place. And that short break that you're taking from those emotions that might feel really stirred up, maybe feel confusing right now, maybe are very hurtful right now even. And again, remember, right now we do have the new moon in Pisces. People are feeling more sensitive, okay? That's going to be true for everybody. But yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of sensitivity here. There's nothing wrong with sensitivity, by the way, guys. I would much rather be sensitive than insensitive, right? And I think that most of you would agree with me. But yeah, I mean, it feels like you're making your own luck, but you also are up on the Wheel of Fortune, so things are going to start just presenting themselves to you. So this is in the process of changing and getting better. Seek more information, and that's what you need in order to get what you feel like is coming, because it is. It's on your side. Luck's on your side. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I will see you at the next reading. Okay, hi, those of you who picked the white pile. Here is your reading. Oh, wow, we've got the supermoon. Emotions are running high. Look at that. Wow. Okay, so we already know that everybody's feeling a little more sensitive because of the new moon and Pisces energy, right? So that's going to up sensitivity. So you have your emotions are running high. That's great. I mean, it might be like, no, it's not, because I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. But your sensitivity is what helps you pick up on what's right and what's wrong, what's going right in your life and what's going wrong in your life, and what needs attention, right? And also, I actually said this to the last pile, but I'm going to say it for you guys too. Sensitivity is a really good thing, because I would much rather be sensitive than insensitive, right? So I always laugh when I hear that, you know, you're too sensitive. It's like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense, you know? But yeah, your emotions are running high. You probably already know that. So let's see, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. So we do have some kind of offering here in this situation. Okay, we also have the Council to kind of take a quick rest. This is not the Hermit. It's not that intense of the energy, but it is the same energy of just kind of taking a break from your thoughts and allowing yourself to kind of get some extra rest or self-care. I feel like this is more like pampering for you, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. And then we have the Ace of Wands. So like, wow, we've got a lot of new beginnings coming here, okay? Because it's not just what is new in the material world, but we also have something that's new in a creative area for you as well in this particular situation. So just because your emotions are running high doesn't mean that you can't get some things done. Just understand that your emotions are there to give you information, okay? So, you know, a lot of people think, well, maybe my emotions are no good because they don't really give me anything valuable. But when I can think clearly and I don't have emotions running so high, then that's when I can really get some stuff done. It's like, wait a minute, your emotions carry just as much information as your thoughts do. You've got to just interpret them. And if you're feeling really frantic, there's something in your life that's causing that. Is it from the inside? Is it an internal location that's causing this, or is it an external location. You've got to figure that out yourself. You've got to figure out also whether or not it's signaling that maybe you're in a little bit of danger, maybe you're going the wrong direction, or if it's just more nervous, exciting energy, or if it's just a burst of joy because you're feeling so great about something, you know. Follow your emotions. It's very, very much connected to your intuition. Not that your thoughts aren't as well, but in the whole of your entire being is connected to it. And if a person ignores that side of things, then they're missing out on a lot of information. And a lot of thinking-oriented people miss that. And they don't realize how much information they could have if they were able to sit still and just be with their emotions. So it's okay. I really feel like it's important for me to convey that to you. It's okay. It's sometimes there are just times where your emotions are supposed to run high, and it's okay. You'll get through this somehow. All right, guys, and you'll have a lot of new beginnings with it, which makes sense because it's a new moon. So make sure that you take care of yourself. All right. Okay. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I will see you again at our next reading. All right, those of you who picked the turquoise, here is your reading. We have full moon in Virgo, and what a beautiful message that is. You are good enough. All right. I feel like your situation that you're in right now, you're kind of doubting your own self in it. You know, I haven't even looked at these cards. I just feel like you're doubting your own self right now, and it's like, I've been going through a lot of this kind of energy in my life as I'm moving past some areas where I realize that these things aren't serving me as much. And I'm realizing that I've really, in some areas, have held back my authentic true self because I was afraid that it wasn't good enough for people, or maybe that I was going to be judged or something like that. And it's like, no, that's who I am. Who I am is good enough because that's who I am, you know, in the same way that each and every one of you, every person who's watching this reading is good enough, okay? You guys have everything that you need to succeed within yourself, okay? And this situation, what this card is counseling is that you recognize that it's okay for you to have good things, all right? Don't sell yourself short. That's the kind of message I'm getting from this. So let's look at the cards. Okay, so we've got that Two of Wands, and this card has been coming up in my reading so much. People must really want to be traveling or really want to learn about the world right now. It's just got such an exploratory feeling to it. So make sure that you're pursuing it. You know, even if it seems like a really weird thing, make sure you're pursuing it. In fact, I'll tell you a kind of a funny story from my my day today. One of my friends is a teacher, and her students asked her whether or not birds pee, because they knew that the birds pooed, but they didn't know if they peed or not. And my friend didn't know herself, so she Googled it, and apparently the only bird that pees is an ostrich. And I mean, I didn't know that. Maybe some of you guys know that already. Maybe some of you guys are laughing at me, but it's just interesting. I'm glad that she pursued that. And that's what I'm talking about is pursuing that stuff. Now I'm wondering though, and maybe it's something I need to pursue, is like, why did ostriches end up with bladders? Why didn't any other bird end up with that? You know, so, you know, just there's another string. Maybe it'll be connected with something, you know, something that helps me see that, you know, it's okay for me to be who I am. And so again, you know, I just see this as being pursuing, exploring things. And that's going to help this situation as long as you are really exploring every single idea and insight you get. Okay. So I feel like you are receiving some of those insights yourself. We have the Page of Swords. So we've got a little bit of clumsy communication, but it is saying something is better than saying nothing in this situation. Okay. So if you were thinking about holding back for this pile, you guys, are being more encouraged to move forward. And I say for this pile because one of the first piles that I read was talking more about holding back, and I think that that's interesting. Yeah, in this situation, it's more about going forward, even if it feels a little clumsy. It's okay to be clumsy in this situation. And the last one, oh, we have the Queen of Cups, which is beautiful because then we have you putting your full heart and your full authenticity into it, which is exactly what we opened up talking about. Not only are you good enough, but you're the perfect person for this because you are so intuitive and you are so caring and loving, and your heart is just open, and you really truly want to give of your best qualities. You want to be a positive force in this situation. So not only are you good enough because you just are as you, but you're also good enough because you have the best intentions in this. So I really feel like a big message with this particular pile is you guys are just such beautiful people, and you really can do whatever you put your mind to. You really can. Don't worry if it's gets a little bit awkward or anything like that. Everybody has those awkward moments. And also know that you might want to explore some of the new ideas and all of that is coming to you, okay? All right, I hope you've enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next reading. All right, so I just have a little small news section here. I just wanted to mention that these Moonology Oracle cards, they are a smaller size than the typical deck, okay? The original deck was bigger, but I prefer these smaller cards because I can, watch this, I can shuffle them better, right? And they came in this little box here, and it has a little code here that I can scan so I can get the whole full book on my computer and print it and read it if I want to that way. I just wanted to say that this is available as well as many other cards for $11.11 on my website in my shop. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. You know, all of my cards are at $11.11. I really don't make that big of a profit from them, you know, but I just really love the idea of selling some cards that can help you guys. And so I did want to mention that these are available there. So that's where you can get them, especially the smaller size, right? And I wanted to say on Monday we have the weekly general reading. And then we will do the question, will we end up together? And that'll go up either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And then we will have on Friday the weekly love reading, which I've brought back to do every Friday. And in the meantime, like this Moonology reading, I will go with whatever Spirit leads me to do for the channel. Thank you so much for watching and for joining me today for this special bonus reading. I just want to say how much I just adore each and every one of you. I read all of your comments, so please don't think I'm not reading. I'm right there with you. Join the Discord server if you want to chat with me and other awesome members of the community. And I do offer private readings, obviously. All of that kind of stuff is in the description though, so I don't even want to waste your time in the news section like with that kind of stuff. Just know that you can figure out everything you need from that description. All right, guys, take care. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I will see you on Monday with the weekly general reading.